We got some footage from in the lab. That's right. She's in the damn gym.
Angel Reese, back in the gym, working on her pull-up, bang. Feel somebody on your left side, like Pope says. Feel somebody on your left side, turn right. Feel somebody on your right side, turn left. We don't really see that.
Great. She can get back to building that brick house on the hoop like she did last year. I just don't understand why she practices this move. She will never use it in the game, and who is actually going to be faked out by it?
My only advice is usually just to make sure they keep basketball.
The Fever roster has been deep in off-season grind mode, and their gym sessions? Blowing up. One of Caitlin Clark's solo workout videos just passed 2 million views in 24 hours. So what happens next? Angel's PR team decides to drop a gym clip of their own, but instead of inspiration, it feels more like a last-ditch attempt to ride the Fever's viral wave.
Let's get it! Knockdown! Bang! Hey, man, we got a fire on the poop deck. Watch out! Watch out! Watch out! 4! Bang! Mayday! Mayday! Clear the runway! Brace for impact! AR-5 coming in heavy! Bang! Look alive, sunshine. Long 2, will it go through? Ha, no chance. Bang. Is it me, or is there only 2 rows behind the bench and they're like half full? I get better attendance on Monday nights in my men's league. Come on, man! Bang!
Here's the real difference. The Fever workouts actually look like real player development. Aaliyah Boston working on footwork in the post. Lexi Hull draining threes off the catch. These aren't clips for social, they're reps with a purpose. Angels, she's launching logo threes. I'm sorry, what? This is the same player who shot 44.5% from inside 5 feet last season. If anything, she should be locked in under the rim, working on finishing through contact, not imitating Steph from the hash mark. Let's call it what it is, a PR move, not a basketball move.
We got some footage from in the lab. That's right. She's in the damn gym. I'm just going to keep it real. I guess hell has frozen over, but she is in the gym practicing shots. And as you can imagine, there's real reaction to this.
Meanwhile, the entire Indiana Fever squad is showing real signs of evolution. Their footage doesn't feel forced. It feels intentional. They're not just chasing the grind aesthetic, they're grinding for real. No time for fluff.
How are you? Good, how are you? So finally to meet you.
Yes.
What's setting the Fever apart this offseason is the detail. Sophie Cunningham's dialing in her three-point accuracy while adjusting for contact. Lexi Hull, she's refining her off-ball movement, working through screens, and drilling spot-up timing. Every single rep is game-specific. And guess who's right there in the thick of it? Keith Porter, Fever's player development coach. He's not standing off to the side with a clipboard. He's on the court, actively tweaking mechanics, guiding drills, even flying out to Massachusetts to work one-on-one with Aaliyah Boston.
What up, Fever family? It's Coach Keith Porter. Today I got Aaliyah Boston in the gym. We're gonna working on some footwork, getting up and down the floor. Just working on being better today.
Are you ready for my hit?
Like, we'll make 5 hours. Honey to you. I'm looking for build them backwards.
Yeah.
So eventually we're gonna get to like our whole set, but we're gonna isolate every single action and motion in it.
Yeah.
So this is just one of those fucked up motions.
That's the blueprint of a winning culture. So when people wonder why the Fever feel different this year, why they're getting all the attention, it's not hype. It's preparation. It's vision. It's leadership. And when you compare it to everything else dropping online lately, let's just say the difference is obvious. These workouts aren't just about getting in the gym, they're chess moves, precision-built routines tailored for each player's role and growth curve. Aaliyah's grind isn't your standard let's get better routine. It's intentional, reactive, and built off film. Defenses figured her out a bit last year. So what does she do? comes back sharpening her left-hand finishes, adding a floater she can trust in traffic. That's not just growth, that's game-specific evolution. And she's not alone. Veterans like Natasha Howard, Brianna Turner, and Dana Bonner are in lockstep, focusing on pick-and-roll timing, spacing, and counteractions, all designed to sync with Caitlin Clark's vision-first playmaking. They're not training in silos. They're gearing up for real chemistry. This isn't just a team of talent. This is a machine in the making. One where each player's personal grind directly feeds into the system's engine.
I train about 4 or 5 days a week. A lot of young guns out there now that, they want to take your spot, and I don't blame them, but it's going to be hard because I'm going to go after it.
What sets these Fever workouts apart? They're not just about sweat. They translate. You can already see how they'll show up next season, like Lexi Hull drilling corner threes and quick releases off screens. She's not just getting shots up, she's prepping for when Clark pulls that double team and kicks it out. Every drill has a direct line to game day.
Lexi Hull being back in Indiana, in the gym, working out. We saw Keith Porter in there. We saw Lexi shooting her shots. We saw Lexi with reverse layups.
This is how championship schemes get built. Detail by detail, not just vibes. Every Fever player is patching up gaps in their game while maximizing their strengths, all under a system designed to unlock everyone's ceiling. This isn't wishful thinking. This is elite preparation in motion. Meanwhile, you've got Angel Reese's camp hitting the panic button. After months of red carpets, interviews, photo ops, and zero footage of any real basketball work, suddenly, here comes a training video, conveniently timed right as Fever clips were going viral. But fans aren't buying it. The awkward rollout didn't spark excitement. It sparked questions, because when you watch what the Fever are doing, and then compare it to that last-minute media push, the difference between real prep and PR fluff couldn't be more obvious.
Angel Reese back in the gym practicing the 15 to 17 foot, but we see a lot in the Angel Reese practice footage of her working on this type of game, right? There's not too many practice videos that have been released on the Angel Reese front that doesn't involve her working with Lisa Leslie, that you see her working on her post moves, working around finishing around the basket, finishing around the rim.
Let's really break this down. We're talking about a 6'3" forward whose primary role is to own the paint. That's her zone. That's where she eats. But what did we see most of last season? Struggles, major ones, around the rim. And now she's in the gym, trying to hit Curry range jumpers and sidestep long twos? Make it make sense. These clips show a player shooting the kinds of shots she barely attempts in games. Not because she's hiding that part of her game, but because it's not in her arsenal. Yet somehow, that's what the training footage focuses on.
Nobody's guarding you. There's no chance you're going to get your shot blocked if you take a three. Nobody's guarding you. There's no way. How does she get her shot blocked all the time, man? I don't get it. Never seen a professional basketball player make a layup look so awkward, so uncoordinated. Goes off the wrong foot. Call it the poopity scoopity shot. Bang! When little bro thinks he can play against the big bro. Who's your daddy? Bang! Angel, do the Dirk. Yeah, the Dirk. That fall away. Do it. Oh, yeah, look at that bag work. Bang! This league rocks. Bang!
Sky fans aren't even trying to hide it anymore. One straight up asked, why is Reese's PR team dropping these vids instead of the Sky coaching staff? And the most obvious issue, she's practicing like she's a shooting guard. Meanwhile, her actual in-game finishing is, statistically, one of the worst we've seen in modern WNBA history for a high-usage post player. Let's not sugarcoat it. 44.5% inside 5 feet is almost unheard of for a frontcourt player. For context, that's the same zone where dominant bigs feast. Reese, she's struggling badly. So instead of grinding on post seals, pivots, or improving her offhand touch, we get clips of her hitting set shots from 17 feet. That's not progress, it's PR.
Feel somebody on your left side, like Pope says. Feel somebody on your left side, turn right. Feel somebody on your right side, turn left. We don't really see that with the Angel Reese workout videos. We see a lot of this. A lot of jump shots, set shots, catch and shoot, dribble, shot, dribble, pull up. Maybe we'll take it to the lane from 15 feet out on a drive, but not too much post plays.
Most glaring of all, No Chicago Sky coaches in sight. No drills coordinated with her system. No personalized progression. Just a camera, a court, and a half-hearted attempt at showcasing work. Let's be real here. If you're shooting 39.1% from the field as a post, your offseason should be laser-focused on rim efficiency. That means hundreds of reps per day on baby hooks, footwork drills, shot timing against help defenders, and soft finishes. Not ISO pull-ups and deep-range looks. This is the WNBA. It's elite. It's ruthless. And right now, Reese looks like someone trying to look the part instead of fixing what's broken. Because if she doesn't start converting at the rim consistently, it won't matter how many influencer-style gym clips she posts. This league doesn't care about clout. It cares about buckets.
This is like WNBA leveling up and all eyes on her now. I think that she knows that she has to completely restructure her form because that is not the way to be efficient in the post position that she is in. At the post position that she's in, a layup is supposed to be a given. She needs to improve her touch around the rim, like all over the place, but she seems to take these desperation shots.
What makes this all even more frustrating? She's not short on guidance. Hall of Famers have literally handed her the blueprint. Lisa Leslie looked her in the eye and gave it to her straight. Heading into year 2, focus on your layups. That's the ticket. Shaq echoed the same thing. Forget the flair. Dominate the paint. Make it your house. But here she is, firing up jumpers instead, training like a wing player. Meanwhile, her game tape is begging for something else entirely. And let's be honest, the timing of her latest workout video? Yeah, it felt reactive. Not strategic, not part of some structured off-season regimen. It dropped right after the Indiana Fever's player workouts were going viral. It felt like PR trying to keep pace, not a player pushing her ceiling. Experts weren't fooled either. They broke it down within hours. All flash, no fix. The angles, the lighting, the slow-mo edits, it was made for Instagram, not the hardwood. If Angel Reese were on my team and I saw this shot chart, I'd be calling an emergency film session. She's hitting just 42% at the rim, folks. Compare that to her teammate Camila Cardoso, who's knocking down 56% from the same zone. If you're Coach Tyler Marsh, what are you thinking? We're clearing that paint out. Cardoso's going to work. Give her the space, she'll get us buckets. Reese, she's crowding her own offense. And it's not just bad finishing, it's a total mismatch between her strengths and her training focus. You don't need to be a coach to spot what's wrong. If a power forward with poor touch around the basket is out here running guard drills, it tells you one of two things. Either she's ignoring the feedback, or no one's giving her the right kind. Neither answer is good. Let the numbers talk. And in Reese's case, they're screaming. Here's the harsh truth buried beneath the clean camera work and choreographed drills. This isn't progress, it's posturing. Any serious shooting coach would throw up red flags immediately. And yeah, it actually gets worse. She's not just shaky around the rim. From 5 to 9 feet out, she's hitting under 15%. Let that sink in. That's fewer than 2 makes for every 10 shots in one of the most critical scoring zones for a big. That's not a cold stretch, that's a system failure. This isn't just a stat sheet issue, it's a crisis. She's not good at layups. Full stop. Let's look at her efficiency breakdown. 39% overall FG, below 50% inside 5 feet, 13% from 5 to 9 feet, under 10% from mid-range. Now here's where it gets sneakily misleading. Nearly 40% of her rebounds came off her own misses. That stat has been thrown around as hustle. But look closer. It's not just effort, it's inefficiency covered in effort. Miss, grab, miss again, maybe tip it in. It inflates her rebounding totals while masking just how many point-blank looks she's botching. It's like basketball's version of failing forward. Brick, board, brick, repeat. That's not development. That's damage control. And if she doesn't change her training priorities soon, the league's defenders won't even need to adapt. Because right now, Angel Reese is beating herself.
But now they're in that world. And so my only advice is usually just to make sure they keep basketball the main thing, because at the end of the day, that is your vehicle. It's your vehicle to, Angel Reese has a podcast. It's her vehicle to be a podcaster, right? Whatever Caitlin ends up doing, it's the vehicle to get you to that point. So you always want to make sure that part doesn't fall off.
Longevity in this league doesn't come from Instagram followers. It comes from adapting and refining your craft. The way Clark and Reese are approaching this offseason may end up being the difference between a Hall of Fame resume and a remember her story. Now that they're both in the league, here's the advice I'd give. Don't let the fame take your eye off the ball. Literally, basketball is the engine that drives everything. Reese has her podcast. Clark will probably have her ventures too. But none of that matters if the foundation, basketball, starts slipping. That's your platform. That's your leverage. Look at the WNBA greats. Diana Taurasi, Sue Bird, they didn't stay on top for 20 years by accident. They kept adding to their skill set, evolving, mastering new moves, staying ahead of defenders who adapted to them. That's the formula for lasting greatness. Caitlin Clark seems to get that intuitively. Look at her off-season game plan. She's drilling the exact things that gave her trouble during her rookie year, tightening up her dribbling under pressure, expanding her mid-range options, improving her ability to finish through contact. This isn't random work, it's calculated. It's the same strategy you see from former MVPs who've extended their primes by adjusting each year. She's back where she thrives, back in the lab, ball in hand, and that should terrify the rest of the WNBA. Because let's be real, Clark was already elite as a rookie. Some would even say she was the best player in the league post-Olympic break, and now she's getting even sharper? Meanwhile, Reese, her focus feels all over the place. Her social media presence keeps growing, but the gaping flaws in her actual game remain untouched. The history of the WNBA offers a brutal lesson here. The league is full of once-hyped top picks who didn't last beyond their first contracts. Why? Because they didn't evolve. They didn't adjust. They didn't expand beyond what made them stars in college. And the same kind of defensive adjustments that exposed Reese last season, they'll only get more advanced moving forward, unless she completely changes course. Player development experts will tell you, year 2 is crucial. It's the make or break phase, the season where you either fix your weaknesses or let teams pick you apart all over again. Clark gets it. She's attacking that second-year leap with precision. Reese, her offseason feels more like an afterthought, buried beneath brand endorsements and media appearances. Sure, there's a balance to be found, but if you study some of the greats, especially on the men's side, there's a clear model. You never see LeBron skip workouts, ever. What's especially troubling for Sky fans is this. Angel Reese's brand is already bigger than her basketball. That kind of imbalance, it rarely ends well in pro sports. The WNBA spotlight burns hot, but it doesn't last. And when the hype fades, the only thing that keeps you relevant is your game. This contrast in mindset between Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese highlights something essential about careers in professional sports. Clark is building the foundation for a decade or more of excellence. She's deliberately targeting the areas of her game that needed work. Her commitment shows she understands what it takes to stay relevant long-term. You have to keep evolving. Reese, on the other hand, might be letting her future ceiling be defined by what she entered the league with, rather than what she could add. I just don't get why she's practicing that move. She's never going to use it in a game. Who's that even supposed to fake out? It really makes you wonder. Shouldn't she be working on layups instead? A lot of people are thinking the same thing. Everyone knows what the big weakness is. It's inside 5 feet. And that shot? It had 2-factor authentication. You'd need to log in twice to release it. Forget about step backs. She needs to get back to basics, layup drills, reps around the basket, the very same things Lisa Leslie told her to work on. Now compare that with what the Indiana Fever are doing this offseason. Basketball analysts aren't just impressed. They're seeing something way deeper than viral videos. They're seeing the blueprint of a potential dynasty. The Fever's training sessions aren't random. They're highly organized and individualized. Each player is on a path that's designed to build not only their personal skill set, but to support the team's overall game plan. What makes this system so effective is that it doesn't rely solely on star power. Instead, it maximizes the unique talents of every player and fits them into a structure that enhances the whole unit. It's not just about training harder, it's about training smarter. And when the 2025 season tips off, this thoughtful, deliberate approach might just be what separates the Fever from everyone else. For fans of Indiana, The buzz isn't just about what's coming next year. It's about witnessing the birth of something special. A system, a culture, maybe even the beginning of a WNBA powerhouse that can dominate for years. And if you're with us on that vision, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on all notifications so you never miss what's coming next. Click the video on your screen now, and we'll catch you in the next one.